Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be pressing on with This is the Police 2. Start of a new day. What's this? Looks like some kind of committee. That's Lana, right? Who are these guys? Yeah, we need to laboriously watch this guy drink a glass of water.
Before we begin, Miss Berman, I should note that Mr. A.B. Carlos and Mr. Ronald Atticus, representing the city administration, have been good enough to join us. And Judge Hawkins has also kindly agreed to attend. The rest of these gentlemen, I believe you already are familiar with.
Thank you, Mr. Plunkett. I'd like to start with...
If you will allow me, Miss Berman, I will begin. I'm still in charge, all right?
Yes, Mr. Plunkett. I didn't mean to... I
would like you to answer a few background questions that will help us understand your investigation into the case of Jack Boyd.
Of course, but I just don't...
What's so interesting about him?
Sir, you ask me why I want to catch Jack Boyd? In my opinion, it's obvious that...
No, Miss Berman, I did not ask you why you want to catch him. I asked why you're interested in him.
Sir, I'm not sure I understand the question.
Oh, well, in that case, allow me to phrase the question more precisely. You like Jack Boyd because with him, you don't feel lonely.
Dear. Has he got copies of the telephone calls?
Telephone conversation on September 19th of last year? Or maybe because you consider him energetic and full of strength, as you said on another call 4 weeks later? The whole point is that...
Mr. Plunkett, sir, before you go on, I think it must be said that...
You know, Miss Berman, I am a man of conservative upbringing. I always imagine there are certain obligatory rituals and relationships between men and women. Going to the movies, meeting at the cafe, walking in the moonlight. But I see that's just boilerplate romance compared with these touching transcripts. You've quite convinced me that even over the phone, you can create a very close bond with someone. So close, in your case, that it creates an obvious conflict of interest. And although your connection with Mr. Boyd didn't end under the best of circumstances, I don't think I need to explain how grossly you violated professional ethics, and even, perhaps, the law.
Sir, I'm not... How did you...
Isn't this the work of the prosecutor, Miss Berman, to know a little more than the others know? Information is our weapon, haven't you heard? I'm sure everyone in this room will agree. Do you think I would have reached my post if I couldn't gather information and use it at the right time and place? Everyone here understands perfectly what I'm talking about, I assure you. And I have little doubt that you understand as well, Miss Berman. Now, going against a person with information is like going against yourself. A young lady with ambitions simply cannot help but learn these common truths.
Mr. Plunkett, there's something...
But even truisms are sometimes worth remembering, are they not?
If you'll just let me explain...
I believe we're finished here, Miss Berman. You are suspended from all current duties. Your future will be decided by the disciplinary committee at a special meeting on February 2nd. Meanwhile, you're free to go. We don't need to detain our guests any further. I think they've heard everything they need to hear.
Masuka, I think he was on wiretap. So that's not too surprising. Rosenkrantz. Nash, a funny thing happened. I promised Batty a copy of... Who's Batty is? A copy of The Last Temptation of Neptune 2 in exchange for 10 cans of diesel. Oh, I guess it's the petrol station. I already got the fuel from him, so basically I owe him. So my nephew from Ripton brought me the Neptune book, and he made me copy made me a copy on his industrial printer at his factory. The problem is all the pages are all mixed up and not numbered, and Batty, it says that if I don't give him the book like normal before the end of the day, he won't sell me another drop of gas my whole life. Where am I going to fill up my car except for his place? Anyway, I need the day off, please, so I can go through this pile of paper and figure out what the page numbers are, or else my life is going to be hell. Oh, yeah, okay. Galahad, today I woke up and noticed my camellias weren't doing so good. I'll stay home and take care of them, okay? No. Okay. In terms of disloyal guys, so there are a few here like Flower Pots, Aliev, and one other. Might have been Masuka actually saying that. He didn't turn up. Who I was going to send to the spa. Just to re-energize a little bit. I mean, I can send someone. Look at Brady. Looks like a lumberjack today. Alright, let's go in. I'm going to auto-assign, but I want my top guys to have batons, so if any don't, I'm going to do a little juggling around. A Guildenstern. You have those things instead, and I'll give Aliev those. Yeah, the rest is probably fine. Hey, we need to figure out dietary requirements. So, generally, only half of them, like the sort of left-hand half, will give preferences. So I'm expecting all of these to have preferences. Oh no, can I rearrange? Okay, we'll have to go through. Who's the first one on the right who's got a preference? Fletcher. Every summer, my grandmother probably made a whole tank full of tomatoes. Juice, soup, you name it. The whole family gagged on it. I can't even look at a tomato. All right, so nothing tomato-based. I guess we'll leave it at that for now. I feel like I'm getting sick. My hands are like ice and my throat is closing up. Mum always used to give me chicken soup. Days like this. All right, we can have a soup. Chicken noodle soup. Clumsy. At the academy, I always started the day with orange juice and had enough energy for everything. Not like now. Okay, so orange juice, yeah, that's fine. Shiny. I heard on TV that highly carbonated water can have a bad effect. Doesn't? Okay, so that's not carbonated. I have a weak immune system, so the doctor told me to eating a lot of potatoes with the skin on. He said there's vitamin C in the skin. I'd never try a raw skin, of course, but maybe the better when they're baked, right? Okay, so we did have baked potato. Yeah, meatloaf with baked potato in there. Flower pots, not picky. Aliev, not picky. Hodges. Mum gave me a cherry compote this morning. I choked so bad I almost died. I can't look at cherries right now. Okay, nothing cherries on there. What's the cheap dessert? Donuts? Yeah, the ice cream is cheaper. So we'll do that. So I'm spending $384 on this. What's expensive? It's the meatloaf and potatoes. But I think that covers everyone's... So people didn't want tomato. There's no tomato there. I think that covers everyone's... No. No one wants ice cream in the winter. Okay, he didn't go disloyal, though. I mean, Fair. I'll take that criticism on the chin. I didn't really consider it. Even though it's winter, as I'm filming this, right? So...
526 in progress.
Hang on. Some suspicious men at the water tower are pouring gasoline over an unconscious person. Damn! Alright, Hodges, why don't you take Percy and Penkin? Get that sorted. Now Oh, theatre, yeah, got some money, that's good. Tell you what, let's... not the alcohol. I'm not sure about the isol. I don't think they like that. Let's send people to a nice relaxing bath. So we're going to send Aliev, Potts. May as well send Fletcher, honestly. I can do 3. Go on then, you guys go energize a little bit at the spa. So I guess I don't have any active investigations right now. A girl with a shotgun is demanding that the pharmacist sell her medicine without a prescription. Very high requirements on this. So we'll send Stockman, Shiny, and I need about 550 more. About Brady and Galahad. Mr. Nash, I can handle my colleagues in our grey, tasteless uniforms, but that baboon Neil Stockman isn't even clear on what he's dressed up for. Do Brady, you come out, and instead we'll send Demers. How about that? A group of men have dumped gasoline all over a motionless figure in a white shroud and dancing around the flame, chanting, "Spirits of the forest, take the soul of a deceased old Mauer." I'm not going to watch the flames. Damn, I could have shot the water tower. That would have been a good one. Got Hodges, jump and trample the fire. The cop swiftly jumps up and tramples the flames, and only his uniform trousers are touched by the fire. The funeral procession is angered by the outrage and moves in to teach the policemen a lesson for ruining their ceremony. I've got a chance for Percy to maybe get some actual points here. Stun grenade.
526 complete.
The cop throws the stun grenade into the crowd and detains the members of the funeral procession without further incidents. There we go. Percy! What should we do? What should we do? I'm going to give you a point of stealth. The stealth can be really good in these calls, actually. I was going to do something.
524 in progress.
I can't remember now. Two freight loaders are grappling each other. One's leg is pinned under a heavy box of canned food. Okay, again, it's quite high requirements. If we send Clumsy and Belmont and Guildenstern? Yeah. No Rosencrantz today, unfortunately. What we got here? I hate my job. I sit all day on a stool handing out medical cards to patients at the hospital. And they're not just full of infections there, but they're also constantly grumbling about having to stand in line for 5 minutes. I can calm down pretty much any grumbler. But now I'm just sick of it all. I can't retire yet, so I need some kind of distraction at work. If you find a small portable TV for me, it would make life so much more bearable. I think I have one. I'll hang it from the ceiling and I'll keep an eye on it while I'm handing out the cards. If you do this for me, I'll even break my piggy bank. And your guys, I can give them some tips on how to pacify all kinds of threat. I bet you run into grumblers all the time at work, don't you? Yeah, we can do that. So, Brady, why don't you run the telly over to her?
573
Now,
in progress.
I keep getting distracted. I wanted to have a look at the gangs. It's this woodsman thing. I guess he's not been... Yeah, what's going on with that? Don't have... No open investigations. Maybe because one of them is in court today? That's probably it. We'll see what happens with that anyway. Police impersonation. The woman reports that a very suspicious man has been standing by the road outside a trailer for several hours. Yeah, I've got 5 short with Woolbag and Aronovich. No, I'm not. A lot more than that. I'm 105 short. Okay, well, he'll have to wait a little bit.
530 in progress.
Likewise this. Okay, well, we got some people on their way back, so let's just give it a sec. Afraid that the secret of the heaping pile case against Karol Moravec is falling apart. There's not enough evidence, and I'm going to have to release him. I don't think such a failure will have a positive effect on your department or you personally. However, if you have any other convincing arguments, then it's not too late to fix this. It's in my power to keep them behind bars, all right. Yeah, fine. Really? I feel like that was the right guy. I'm not sure if that's going to stall my gang case. It probably will. Let's do stuff. Kind of a bit tentative, waiting to see if the gang thing's going to pan out or not, because I was counting on getting a lot of money for that. Don't think we did. I think I fucked it. The girl with a scarf covering her face is aiming a sawed-off shotgun at the pharmacist while simultaneously holding out some money for him. Here, take it. I don't have a prescription, but here's the money. So here's an example where stealth could be good. So let's sneak up.
553 complete.
The cop manages to sneak up on the girl and neutralize her. It turned out that she needed the medicine for her 1-year-old son who was very ill. The girl couldn't get a prescription for the medication. Was the only doctor in the city who could write one for her, got drunk and walked into the forest, as you do. Let's give Shiny a bit more intelligence. There we go. Now the assault. Okay. Have I got enough people? I got Hodges back. A prisoner tried to escape from prison. He cut down a guard, but couldn't overcome his fear of heights once he climbed onto the fence. Now he can't get down. Yeah, I think Hodges can just deal with that one. This one. If we send Wahlberg, Aronovich, Percy, get that one done. A balding elderly loader is beating his younger colleague over the head with a can. I've told you over and over, pick up the box on the count of 3. Then we'll separate them. We might need someone fairly strong, so let's send Clumsy in.
524 complete.
Cop manages to drag off the elderly freight loader and arrest him. The younger guy was injured, but he'll live. We got soup! Soup and beans! Okay, so we're getting the guys back from the spa. We're going to have to wait on that one as we've only got Penkin in at the moment. What's this? Nash, just like you said, I hooked up the portable TV set for that lady and she almost kissed me. Then she broke a piggy bank and scooped up all the loose change. And she got really strict and said that your boys would be going to her training. What was that about? Was she talking about us or what? Toilet paper. Soap. Antibiotics. $43. Yeah, great. Negotiate. Okay, so you get coaches for all the skill. Oh. Oh. Thugs from the Woodsman gang set an ambush. Your cop is missing. What's going on with this gang thing? Oh, it's because I fucked up that arrest, wasn't it? Oh, this is awful. Sure. Snowman, yeah. Hang on. Okay, so basically I replayed the previous day, which was in the last episode. It didn't play it exactly the same. Many of the cases were the same, some weren't. So it played out a little bit differently, but I arrested the alternate suspects each time. So we're going to interrogate Nick here, who was the guy in the cap who kidnapped the dancer. I don't know much about him. Well, he injected the girl, so you know how to handle a syringe. You ever been into drugs? It was a dark time in my life, but that's all behind me thanks to the Brotherhood. The power of the conviction helped me see that I'm more than just a body. How about not all your brothers are as strong as you? Your friend Horace told us everything. Horace brought shame and sadness to the whole Brotherhood. We knew he was weaker than the others, but we believed that the mission we entrusted him with would strengthen his spirit. You talk about faith. What do you really believe in? I believe in our path and our ritual. Go to the stream and see for yourself. Ah, okay, so he told us everything. Dear. Tina Groisman and Melba Little were killed. Hots, why don't you go check that out? I also, there was the funeral director who stole the generator, but I didn't send someone to both locations and we picked the wrong one. So hopefully we can still arrest him tomorrow. Oh no, we did. I did send him to 2 places. Okay, yeah, cool then. Yeah, so we did get him. Shiny. That. Yeah. Whew. Okay, so we've got to wait for Potts to come back from this investigation. the menu choices must be randomized. It came out a little bit easier, so I didn't upset anyone, so nobody went disloyal. Let's have a look. So we got here... We'll open the investigation. Woman in a yellow coat, woman in a white coat. Let's read this now so we know where to send her in the morning. Tina Groisman and Mel Buttle killed. Sergei Greenbeard McCoyan Hunter. You know I'm a man of traditional education and standard sexual preferences. Any perversions there are come from Bobos, the forest bit of lust and debauchery. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his. I have a strong will and solid beliefs. So when I was walking along the creek and I saw the women and giants who were sitting on their knees drinking water, I knew I better keep out of the way. There was some woman with them. She was wearing a mask or something, and she had something balled up in her hand. I didn't have time to make it out. I got myself out of there in a heartbeat. Bovos isn't gonna get me wrapped up into that stuff. Women in chains on knees drinking water. Okay. Sandy Morani's unemployed. I just can't find a decent job. I can't find a job at all. I can't even find a job cleaning toilets. They don't have any vacancies. They just hired some bearded faggots instead of me. They say they have a ban on hiring former prisoners, but it's just a business decision. What these assholes don't know is that if anyone in this world knows how to scrub a toilet, it's a convict. One way or another, you got to make money. They introduced me to a guy named Nick. So that's the guy we arrested. Well, not really introduced me. I only talked to him on the phone. He gave me all sorts of small errands. Nothing special. Go there, take this. But recently, he asked me to do something strange. I had to take 2 women from a hotel room shackled and take them to the Forest Spirit Creek. That's what my grandmother called that place. Most folks don't know where it is, but I know. It's where the boys always used to play cowboys and Indians. I did everything just like they told me. It wasn't hard. Those ladies didn't make a sound, even though their mouths weren't taped. Probably they were pre-processed. Once I got to the stream, some lady in a coat, okay, he doesn't say what colour, her face was covered by a scarf and her hair was tucked under her hat. She didn't say a word to me, just waved for me to get out. I do not remember the colour of her coat. Something light, maybe white or yellow. Okay, that doesn't help. Something in between. Well, you know, when the milk spoils, you can put sunflower oil in it. Then it's not so bad to drink. Okay, whatever that means. Crime scene. The bodies of the women lay on the banks of the creek in similar poses. Apparently they were tied up, or somehow restricted in their movements, and untied after death. A search of the terrain didn't yield anything substantial. The killer skillfully covered all their tracks and took away any evidence. Both women suffer from catastrophic swelling in the face, limbs, lungs, and brain. We didn't find any hematomas, fractures, or other physical injuries, but some markings are visible on the neck, legs, and arms. The level of the sodium in the blood is much lower than normal. Apparently they died from hyperhydration, so they were drinking too much water. This is the guy we interrogated before. We're just the low-level members of the cult. They don't tell us nothing about the sacred ritual. I only know that before the sacrifice they loose some powder in the air. It's probably to summon the spirits, like ringing a bell or something, or else the spirits won't even see the killing. That'd be stupid, huh? That'd be stupid, huh? Although it seems to me that it's not a powder, but someone's ashes. Maybe even the ashes of the cult's founder. That'd be cool if it's true. But it's only just a guess. And as far as the ritual itself, everything is a little muddled there. I think I heard the victims are forced to drink water real quick, like we tell them that the one who drinks the most water will be left alive, and then they both die. But I don't know. It doesn't make much sense. Is it even possible to die from water? Yeah, we're supposed to call the victims vessels, but isn't that, well, what's it called? Metamorphosis? It's a metaphor, right? Okay. So I don't know about that. There were no injuries through that kind of thing. The victims drank water from the creek. So, I don't know exactly where that goes, but I think that's the one we're looking for, the white coat. Holding a mask, hair tucked in, that seems right as well. Whereas this one, no mask, no hair tucked in. So I'm pretty sure that's not the one. Yeah, it's a woman in a white coat. That's the one we're looking for. Oh yeah, I did all this stuff as well. I went to the bomb one this time, so I didn't lose as much. I didn't lose as much. Okay. Nash's turn. I don't mind either of these guys, actually. Okay, well, I can't afford Frazier, but he looks like Weird Al Yankovic. Jacob, though. Take Jacob, maybe. 20. That would leave me with 6, and I could get another taser cartridge and a stun grenade. I think that's what we'll do. Oh. Hey, Quada. Got a taser. Alright. So we're gonna have the cutscene again that we had at the start of this episode. Let me just, but I'll just skip it this time. Shiny. Oh yeah. Someone got injured. Yeah, Light got injured. Someone shot him, but he's okay. Ding ding ding. Ding 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 ding. That's 18. That seems like enough. I mean, I'll save the 1600 it would cost me to freshen up some of these guys who just need a rest. 18's fine. Probably. So let's skip this because we already saw this.
Hello?
And we've probably got one at the beginning as well. Yeah, so we'll skip this too. Right. Now we're going to go back into this day then. Demas, huh? Yeah, that's alright. We can cure you. It's fine. Stockman. I'm going to let you go because we had this before, but it was a different guy. But I'm hoping this might help you get towards loyalty at some point. We've got these guys. Just auto assign. I'm not that bothered. I don't think we're going to get a tactical mission. I think we'll be alright. Right, Hodges, what do you got for me? Not picky, not picky. I'd rather not eat a bunch of onions for lunch. Okay, no onions. Donuts. Okay, we can do donuts. They're pretty cheap as well. My friend became a vegetarian and tried to lure me into their cult. Poured out some vegetable soup for me to try. Told me it was yummy, and I have such terrible shit, so I hope we don't have that stuff on our menu. Okay, no vegetable soup. Sharpwood infusion. People don't like it, but they're not picky. Carbonated water. Okay, well, we'll put the sharpwood infusion there for now. I heard that the meat in burgers isn't even meat at all, but some sort of fake soy stuff with hormones and dyes. I'll eat anything, just not mystery meat. Okay, so no burger. Okay, so they don't want onions. They're not the French onion soup. What was the vegetable? What was the thing with the vegetable soup? He doesn't want that. I want something cheap. Maybe the tomato soup? We can bring the price down a little bit. Burgers and fries? That's probably alright, right? He said he doesn't want mystery meat. What was that thing? Yeah, no burgers. Okay. Macaroni and cheese? Almost in budget. Let's do that. Yeah, he didn't... Okay, No, Brady! Ugh. That's annoying. Alright, we need to add someone to this anyway, so we'll do... One of you guys down here is really good at this stuff, aren't you? Or not. Aronovich. So we're looking for the woman in the white coat. Thank you. Alright, so let's start... Well, that's not what I want. Let's start off with... yeah, this one. Oh, and we're going to send... Passenger is Dimmers. Percy, why don't you take him over there?
526 in progress.
Got less now. Oh, yeah. I think we'll take the sniper because I could have shot the water tower, couldn't I? Let's take Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Oh, what's this one? Oh, yeah, I don't want him. But did I not do this one already? I'll send someone high intelligence and negotiation, I think. Yeah, shiny. Why don't you go deal with that?
553 in progress.
Yeah, we saw this one before. We'll send Hodges. I'd like to send Penkin. How about Woolback and Penkin? Yeah, that's not quite enough. I don't know what made Brady go disloyal. I mean, he said no mystery meat, but it was like... I don't know. So we're going to do this again. So we're just going to... I'm just going to check the dossier because I'm going to assume that the music... Yeah. We just want to get him to listen to music 3 times and that should be fine. Okay, he's cured. Church is open for the sinners. Oh yeah, all the razors as well.
524 in progress.
Let's shoot the water tower this time. We'll see what happens. The sniper fired several times at the water tower and the water poured down from the bullet holes and extinguished the fire. The funeral procession didn't want to get wet and scattered. The only one to remain was a shaggy man with a bare chest. We have centuries-old traditions and you just spat on them, you bastard. The man then readies them to take a swing at the cop. Let's say the next shot will be for you.
526 complete.
Just surrendered. There we go. Fight at the grocery store. Yeah, we saw that before, so... Flimsy. I want to take Percy. We need about 600 more. And Brady and Jacob. We'll get Brady back. So we did sneak here before, didn't we? Who could I do that with? We could do it with Rockman.
553 complete.
Try and do it with the lower scored ones so they can kind of raise themselves up a little bit quicker.
573 in progress.
This was a snowman, so let's not bother with that. What's this one? Oh yeah, the TV. Steamers. Go and deliver the TV.
.530 in progress.
Yeah. Got the prisoner down. Okay, Rosencrantz, did it. Maybe not shiny. Randon, Gildan. Actually, not Gil. Oh, yes, Rosencrantz is there. We don't need Randon. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern have got this. I'm going to be gutted if one of them dies. Anthony Pratt was found guilty. Good work, guys. Aronovich. Might as well give him a point of strength. Just make him a little bit of an all-rounder. Musica. Let's actually lean into negotiation a little bit more. Huh. Don't know why the other one didn't get anything. Baldling elderly loader is... Oh yeah, we saw this before. We need a strong cop to separate them. I'm actually going to use Brady this time.
524 complete.
Okay. We'll get him back. Probably. I hope we do. I love his... I don't think he changes his look anymore, but I love his little custom uniforms and stuff, so... Well, that's the main reason we want him back. Yep, that's good. So we got her as a service now. Quite expensive though, so I probably won't aim to use those very much. The cops are leveling up at a pretty decent lick anyway. We've got some guys who are becoming really good in certain areas. Okay. A skinhead is clinging to the barbed wire at the top of the fence. His hands are bleeding. Well, Rosencrantz, why don't you climb up and...
530 complete.
Tobacco. Alright, let's make you really quick then. Top that up.
.526 in progress.
An indignant woman, along with her relatives and neighbours, came to the dental office of Rishi Patel with a rope, threatening to lynch the shaggy Indian. A local priest and several parishioners have come to the dentist's defence. The situation is heating up. Okay. Send the sniper. We're going to send Hodges. I'd quite like to get like the lower down ones involved to score up a little bit. And Jacob, that's enough, isn't it? Yeah, so let's send those guys. Caden Junker, Sycamore Street. I'm Sharpwood's best pickpocket. I might be in jail now, but I was never caught for that. I'm here for another reason. That asshole in the white coat, Dr. Canaan, yeah, he put me in here. His son Killam is in my son's class and was constantly being a bully and causing trouble. And I got sick of it and decided to go talk with Canaan so he could fix this dull little brat. The conversation turned emotional, but I swear I didn't even hit him. I just pushed Canaan gently on the chest, and that same evening the cops came for me. Turned out that this Canaan took advantage of his position and concocted a false medical report. We showed a terrible beating and injuries to his internal organs. I'm sitting in here right now because the judge believed this wild story. Meanwhile, that bastard Killam is still beating my son. I'm in no position to help my kid, but you could help him. Send a cop to visit him who's good at hand-to-hand combat, and tell him to bring a baton. We live in the kind of world where self-defense involves knowing what to do against police sticks, right? If you teach my son how to stand up for himself, then I'll take you guys under my wing and tell him all about how to hide in plain sight. Alright, we'll tend to send Brady. Except he's not loyal. I don't know if that matters. Let's send Shiny then. She's very strong and she's got a baton. I would send Brady. I'm just slightly worried that because he's not loyal, it might not work out. A hefty man is throwing a rope around the dentist's neck, and the crowd of lynchers is fighting the parishioners. An angry woman yells, "Let's hang the red-skinned bastard. He wouldn't give me an extra anesthetic herbs. And I saw he had a whole box of them." Order the criminal strike with the baton. Probably the baton. And you, Galahad's the only one with the baton. No, well, there's also Penkin, but they're not very strong. And Hodges doesn't have one. Let's... And Jacob, order the... Yeah, let's try that. The bully takes the noose from the dentist's neck and yells, "Okay, we'll let your dirty doctor live, but I'm not going to prison." And the criminal runs for his motorcycle. I think I did this one before and failed it, didn't I? We need someone quick. Who's quick? I mean, I might still do Jacob. Obviously, Hodges could do it, but let's try Jacob. The cop dove for the criminal, knocking off the bike and onto the asphalt. The man has a revolver in his pocket and he's struggling to reach it. Okay, someone's strong. Okay. Who's got a shocker? Jacob's got a shocker. Alright.
526 complete.
Cop stunned the criminal with a shocker. The crowd of vigilantes immediately dispersed. There we go. So bits and bobs. Percy's got a point. Where should we put Percy's point? Let's make him sneaky. He looks like a sneaky guy. It's getting late. I showed the boy a few tricks, and I was glad how fast the kid got everything. The kid won't be such a pushover now. His dad was grateful and he smiled real big and asked me to tell you that he's waiting for our guys to come for a conjugal visit. What the fuck does that mean? Alright, tobacco. Yeah, we've got some good money. I'm actually going to send Percy to that once he's back. Let's try and get him useful. Aronovich, okay, how many frames did you find? Only a couple, so we're missing at least one. Sandy Morani's, these are the victims to a creek. Probably that one first. She flutters, yet the powder in the air, that makes sense. Gives the victims wooden bowls, so that one swaps with that one. But we're missing the final one there, so we've got to do at least another day on that.
554 in progress.
A passerby reports that two men are trying to steal a traffic light from a crossroads. Okay, not the most severe crime. So again, let's send Penkin, Guildenstern, Galahili, Randon, Jacob. Or send... Okay, are they particularly high in skills? I mean, it's not the worst. Well, I'm going to send Rosenkrantz as well, just in case. going to have a bit of time to wait for all that stuff to happen. One guy sitting on the other's shoulders, struggling to unfasten the bolts on a traffic light. Say there, boys, what do you need a traffic light for? You going to turn the whole world green? Use a baton, turn on the siren. I could get Penkin to use a baton.
554 complete.
Penkin! The cop hit the suspect on the ground in his shin. He fell and dropped his accomplice. The police easily arrested the thieves. It turned out they wanted to use a traffic light to make disco lights. We should have some points here. Penkin's got one. You know what? I'm going to invest in some intelligence. So maybe he's someone we could get going on the investigations and get a bit of XP that way. Galahad, I'm going to give you a point of stealth. It's also useful to have. Jacob, let's make you really good at negotiation. Yeah. We're going to have to wait while Percy goes and does his stealth training. So I might as well pause while that's happening. It's going to take a minute or so, isn't it? So yeah, we'll come back. All right, just about done for Percy. Yeah, extra stealth. Very nice. Oh, and he's got to drive all the way back, isn't he? So hang on, I'll pause again. Okay, let's end the day. Yeah, we did all right. Probably not huge numbers, but yeah, actually, yeah, pretty good. To be fair. 5. Yeah. All right. Who we got? Dolce, not loyal. Ferretti, loyal. Actually, he comes with loads of gear as well. That might be worth doing for that. Hallis, alcoholic, non-loyal. I mean, it's not thrilling stuff. Am I short on tasers or am I short on cartridges? I'm not sure. I'm going to take a taser, pepper spray, and a baton. Take that. I'm going to take Ferretti as well. He comes with a lot of gear. So that's not too bad. And then Matey boy, he's not going to be able to do anything, so... Okay. Age, Aliev, Potts, Stockman... Atkins, Guzman, Mazuka, Clumsy, Marshall, actually not Rockman, Fletcher, Belmont, Spurlock, Woolbag, Brady won't come in, Demers, Chalmicki, French, Meridian. How many is that? That's 17, that's not too bad. We'll probably lose a couple to the regular nonsense, but I tell you what, I could get Hodges, Rosenkrantz, and say Shiny and go to the spa, assuming they agree to come in.
Damn. Forgive me, Captain Carter, but this is important.
Don't worry, honey. It's okay. I haven't had time to fall asleep yet. You came to wish me luck?
I have leads on a number of major cases that I wanted, that I've dreamed of doing. Someone's selling old weapons that they're bringing in from Ripton. Someone else is trying to... Look, it doesn't matter. You can read it all right here. The point is that we've got a lot of evidence against some small-time criminals. Relatively small time, of course. But I wanted to use them to get to bigger fish.
Lily, there's only one day left. I don't have any time to get to the big fish.
And you don't need to. Just arrest all of these people. Arrest them and win.
Your father would have laughed if he could hear this, but I'm a gentleman, my dear.
Just win the stupid competition, Captain Carter.
That's annoying. Oh, Lily, I think you've backed the wrong horse there. Potts, I don't even know how to say this. Basically, I was taking a leak on the street last night. Potts, why? And it was very dark, and I stumbled a little and fell. Well, you see, I fell right into a hole. For 4 hours, I lay there in icy urine until my neighbour heard me yelling and pulled me out. It seems like I should stay at home today. I'll lie in a warm bath and rub myself with the washcloths. Okay, Potts, that seems fine. Chell Mickey, my bastard son fell through the ice last night and got pneumonia. Yeah, the boy's a bastard, but he's still my son, right? Yeah, okay. Oh god, you know how to keep a secret? This morning I woke up with a strange rash on, well, you know where. I admit I have a very Demons, I don't want to know this. I have a very active sex life, so I'm a little worried. But I don't want to go to Canaan or any of the local doctors, otherwise all of Sharpwood will know about it by sundown. I'd rather be safe and go to Ripton. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. Oh god, who else? Hodges! Cleaning ritual. No, you gotta come in, dude. Okay. Oh, we still got a lot of folks on, to be fair. What do I assign? Yeah, I'm sure that's all good. Start the day. Okay, let's try and start off on the right note. I don't like lasagna. All right. Yesterday at cheesecake, and I was on. Okay, so he doesn't want cheesecake, so let's just. He says lactose intolerance. That probably. Let's put donuts on there for now. Orange juice. Okay. This morning I found a box of ice cream in the freezer. I was glad. I thought I'd have a nice decadent breakfast, but inside the box were just some frozen bones. I must have got drunk and put something in the freezer for my dog and then completely forgot about it. I wish I had ice cream. Vegetable soup. Okay, we can ratchet that in. Shiny, spicy. Okay, well, how about the chicken wings then? Vegetable soup, chicken wings, donuts. He really wanted ice cream. Okay, I'm going to give him ice cream. Someone complained about it before. Let's go with that. Yeah. Not happy, but not disloyal either. Okay. Right, so we want... What have I got? Maybe... French is a good investigator. French. We want woman in white coat. Still not sending that guy grenades. Hey, we got some more cash. Oh yeah, we're going to do the spa, weren't we? Yeah, this one. Let's get some cops invigorated. Let's do Hodges, Rosenkrantz, Shiny. You guys go and have a nice invigorating morning spa.
534 in progress.
Horsemoon, who the hell are you? 2 months ago, I had a terrible nightmare. I was a little mouse, and I was being chased by a black eagle with blazing eyes. He caught up to me and tore me to pieces, and I swear, when I woke up, I was all scratched. I don't know how to explain it. My cat Nostradamus would never do anything like that. Anyway, I felt really awful and asked Sheriff Wells to grant me an extended leave. He promised I could return any time, and, well, here I am. And I've got to pay the mortgage somehow. That Sheriff Wells had a heart of gold. Nobody could ever replace him. Wait, Horsemoon, who the heck are you? 345, loyal, not bad. What we got here? The young mother of a hairdresser couldn't sit still and was preventing... The young son of a hairdresser couldn't sit still and was preventing his mother from working. At first she yelled at him for a long time, but when this didn't work, the woman grabbed the hot curling iron and burned his hand. Oh, that's not very nice. Tell you what, Horsemoon, why don't you go out? Take wool back. And... Belmont. Drug manufacturer. The schoolboy claims that some hunchback lady grows marijuana in her greenhouse. It's probably just some old lady. But let's send folks anyway. I just need a little one. Here, Meridian. There you go. Well, I don't have 12 grand, so I guess I'm not doing
535
that.
in progress.
Reckless endangerment. A boy with a burnt... a different thing. A boy with a burnt palm is sitting in the corner crying. His mother is quietly curling the hair of an elderly client. I give the boy first aid? The cop approaches the boy, but his mother stands in the way and brings the tongs up to the cop's face. Where do you think you're going? I'll deal with that little shit myself. Let him cry. He might learn something. Okay, no strength here, but I do have a baton. So wool bag, do that.
534 complete.
Mercedes Horsemoon. Interesting. With a little stealth. Galen Woolbag. Yeah, keep going in negotiation, I think. Walking through the forest, some school children saw a girl tied to one of the wind blades of an abandoned mill and an elderly man shouting something about evil spirits. Ooh, okay. Age. Why don't you take Spurlock and Fletcher?
544 in progress.
Ooh, hostage situation. A passerby heard a man shouting from the pharmacy that he'd been taken... No, we had this one before. So like I said, I reloaded that day, obviously, and some stuff didn't quite happen in the same way. A woman called in angry that some drivers are rushing around outside her house. Yeah, it could be people racing up and down, couldn't it? Tell you what. Horsemoon, Woolbag, and Belmont. Go and deal with that. Yeah, so this one, it was a false alarm. It was some dude just trying to chat up the pharmacist. I think that was in the previous episode.
534 in progress. 526 in progress.
Attempted murder. A young man mowed the lawn outside Mr. Barlow's house, but the owner decided that the guy did a poor job and refused to pay. Then the guy switched on the lawnmower and started chasing Mr. Barlow around the lawn. Okay. Tell you what, why don't we have Aliev and Clumsy? Why don't you guys go? Child abuse. An elderly cleaning lady is beating up a boy for riding around on a skateboard. Okay. I'm going to take Adkins and Masuka. Door to the greenhouse is tightly closed. No one seems to be around. Have I got any stealth? Got a couple of pips on Stockman. Why don't you sneak in and have a look? The cop sneaks into the greenhouse. The whole area is filled with marijuana bushes. Beside one of the bushes sits an old woman, wearing some kind of balloon behind her shoulders. She's quietly tending the soil. Meridian order to surrender?
564 complete.
She obeyed and surrendered. It turned out she was wearing a homemade flamethrower on her shoulders, which the schoolboy had mistaken for a hump. Jesus. Wow, okay. Some children were playing loudly near the woman's house, imagining themselves as race car drivers. They've already been called home for dinner. Yeah, oh well. Well, we got the manpower, haven't we? So... An elderly man with a gun over his shoulder has tied a girl to one of the blades of an abandoned mill and disappeared inside. The blades are swaying in the wind, and the girl is crying with horror and yelling, "Daddy, don't do this." We got some stealth. Yeah, Age is sneaky. So Age, sneak in and see what's what. The cop crept into the house unnoticed. A man with a gun on his shoulder is vigorously walking around the room. It seems he's looking for something. He's holding a canister in his hand. I think I might get Fletcher to order him to surrender.
535 complete.
The criminal obeyed and surrendered. The cop managed to untie the girl without any further harm. It turned out that the man thought his daughter was possessed by the forest spirit of Pyros and wanted to purify her with fire and wind. He decided to follow the instructions of the mill's old owner, Ralph Piccoli, who had already managed to purify his 6-year-old niece. Jesus, okay. Got some fuel. Let's up your intelligence a bit as well. A fat elderly cleaning lady is dragging a 10-year-old boy around by the hair and has him pinned up against a wall. The boy is crying while the other customers look on, afraid to interfere. Next to them on the floor is a skateboard and a can of peaches. The boy is shopping. I think we're going to get Adkins to restrain her.
534
The cop
complete.
pulled the raving cleaner off the boy and arrested her. The boy's nose is broken and his hair is torn, but he'll be fine. Millions of peaches. Peaches for me. Okay, let's up the negotiation on Adkins there. The guy pushing the roaring lawnmower is chasing after the short-legged Mr. Barlow. How's our speed? Aliev's is not bad. I don't really want to shoot him. See the mower.
526
The cop
complete.
caught up to the guy and made him shut off the mower. Mr. Barlow is now safe. Yeah, I had a lot of call-outs today. They seem to have all resolved successfully, though, which is good. Mr. Nash, a pipe broke in our animal shelter, Eichthirnir. And now the whole room is flooded. We've taken most of the animals home with us, but we don't have room for the big dogs. Please, could you shelter them for a day in the cells at your station? The empty ones, of course. While we figure out how to deal with the flood. Please don't refuse, or I'm afraid these animals will literally freeze in the street. We can offer you antibiotics. We keep them on hand in case someone gets bitten. Someone absolutely will get bitten, but we'll say yes anyway. Because I'm not letting dogs out on the snowy streets and freeze. Someone definitely tries to stroke them and gets their hands bitten, I'm pretty sure. What we got here? Beaver's Strip Club. I don't think you'll be very surprised to learn that Judge Hammond Trent is a corrupt bastard. I work as his clerk, and I know what I'm talking about. He's the only judge in the city, and absolute power has absolutely corrupted him. For the right price, he'll let off any criminal, no matter what he did. Recently, Judge Trent released a serial rapist, even though the evidence was ironclad. I know this for sure, because all the cases go across my desk. The rapist victims were there for the verdict, and they couldn't believe their ears. They cried and cried until Trent ordered them removed from the hall. That was when I realised that this couldn't go on any longer. Let's do some real justice, Mr. Nash. We can't do anything to Judge Trent. He's got an uncle in the High Court, you know. But we can take revenge on that serial rapist. I know he likes to hang out at the strip club, but it'll be easy to frighten him off. Send one of your sneakier cops so you can sneak up on the bastard, and don't forget the pepper spray. It's not enough to just beat him up. I want him to cry like his victims. If you can help me restore justice, I'll teach your cops everything I know. You need smart guys in the service, right? Okay, so we're looking for smart and pepper... sorry, what was it? Sneaky and pepper spray. Adkins maybe, unless we got better options elsewhere. No stealth. No stealth. Good stealth. All right, Belmont. I think you're on. I think you're on for this one. Bit of back alley justice here. All right, let's have a look. So we're just missing one frame here. Now they were found, so I don't know why she'd be digging a grave. So I think it must be this one. It's probably like that. No? Maybe after this? At what point does the powder get used? It's before the sacrifice, so maybe that's the last thing that gets done. think that is... Yeah, the hands are shackled there. That's got to be the next thing. That one... Untied after death. What am I missing here? Yeah, they have the bowls. Okay, so they got the bowls there. Or maybe it's that. Ah, there we go. Margaret Olson, head of the pagan woodsman gang. She killed the women, sacrificing them to the forest spirits. I'm pretty sure this is right. So let's do this. Rest. Margaret has a reclusive life and almost never leaves her house in the light of day. Okay, so we're going to send Hodge as my best cop. I'm going to send a bunch of the lower down ones as well, just to... Yeah, she may not... Yeah, she probably won't go with these guys. Send Fletcher instead. And the sniper, because this is the gang boss. Mr. Nash, my medium warned me that at the onset of twilight, the evil spirits will reach out for me. I better avoid travelling after dark, or I'm afraid I'll die, just like my policeman father. The evil spirits got to him back when I was at... Okay, so Horseman doesn't want to come out at night. She still won't come, so we'll send Marshall as well. It can be a little frustrating trying to work around the little idiosyncrasies of the various police officers, but actually, it's quite fun that they have those little personalities. Anyway, Mr. Nash, I easily snuck up on that scoundrel and punished him with a can of pepper spray. He was sobbing like a wet rag, begged forgiveness, swore he wouldn't hurt anyone else, but I wouldn't believe him. The clerk was satisfied, though. He said that at least some justice had been done and asked me to tell you he was waiting to give our guys lessons, even the slow ones. All right. Some audio cassettes, cassette player, cash. And a new intelligence coach. So I think we've got someone for every discipline now. I mean, like I said, I'll try to avoid doing that, particularly while I'm light on cash. But hopefully we're arresting the head of the gang now. Oh, it's a tactical thing. Oh, I wish I hadn't sent all my lower down guys now. I did send Hodge. I missed that. Ooh, have we got enough equipment for everyone? Actually, okay, everyone except Fletcher actually has a baton, and they're not too bad. I mean, I've gone out with worse people, and provided we do this successfully, we will at least, you know, they'll all get good experience. So, okay, well, obviously, we're going to do this next time, because we're just going to head into a longer mission now, but I'll just say thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, if you could hit that like button, that'd be good. It'd be awesome, in fact, as would be leaving me a comment. Let me know what you thought about this episode. I know I mucked up the detective cases previously, and in both of them managed to arrest the wrong people. But I think it was worth going back. I wanted to make sure that we cracked this gang. But let me know your thoughts on how that all panned out anyway. But yeah, big thank you as always to our channel members as well for supporting Boring Dad Gaming. Continues to be hugely appreciated. And if anyone else is interested in checking out memberships and gaining earlier access to the various videos I put out, that'd be amazing. I'll just say thanks very much one last time, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.